Today is 1004 days and I'm here to lessons on learn. I'm learning how to support your dreams, your goals, and how to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about the art of self-awareness. Self-awareness is one of the most important key things to really succeed in life. Yesterday I shared that if you want to succeed in life and you'll solve the problem, there's three most important steps. Self-awareness, understanding the deep level of the problem, then being able to visualize success and failure, consequences if you don't take action, and willingness to change. So now the first thing is really self-awareness. So what do you do to really be more aware, to build awareness? How you do that? How to diagnose yourself? Self-diagnosis. I think this is very, very important. And today we'll share some tips that could be helpful to really understand what I'm able to do to be more aware of myself, of the problem, of the things that I need to know. So number one, the easiest one, probably the most simple one, is self-reflection, the importance of self-reflection. How are you supposed to be aware of yourself if you're not reflecting on yourself? It's impossible. So of course we need to reflect on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, depends what you want to reflect on. But we need to reflect on a constant basis. Some people really, at the end of the year, the most successful people does a weekly give themselves a week of reflection of the year, because they know how important it is to reflect on their year, on their month, on their quarter. Because then when you reflect, you're able to adjust, pivot, move forward. Because if you don't reflect, you are potentially doing something wrong, but because you don't know, you're not aware, you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Number two is tools and techniques for self-awareness. What kind of tools and techniques do you have? Now, of course, it could be that we need to understand that we need to be present to reflect. We need to be present to be self-aware. So that means that we're able to use even tools that allows us to be present. So self-awareness could be helped by journaling, by meditation, by really going outside and walking in the nature. Personal assessment, some kind of tools could be, because if you go into nature, you're present, you're able to reflect, you're able to be mindful. But mindfulness is one of the things that really allows us to be more present, and more presence allows you to be more aware of yourself. Number three is identifying life patterns and triggers. And that's why the tool of journaling is so important, because when you're able to see that there is some kind of pattern, like this is what happens, this is what was triggered, this is what they did. So when you start to see that there is a pattern in your life and you're aware of that pattern, that means that you're able to fix that. Because you're not able to fix what you do not know. It's just easy to understand it. It's impossible to fix something that you're not aware about. So when you journal, when you really see that there is some kind of pattern, some kind of trigger, now you're able to make systems, processes in place to really solve that, change something, shift something. So tools and identifying those patterns and triggers are very important, very, very important. And how to recognize it and interrupt in those patterns, recurring issues, emotion triggers, just to make sure that you are much better. Number four is balancing life's key areas. Balancing life key areas. That means that we need to be aware where we are in multiple areas of our life. It might be that you're succeeding in one area of life, and because you're succeeding in one area of life, you start to believe that you're succeeding everywhere. And that might be one of the biggest mistakes. It might be that in vice versa, maybe you're succeeding in multiple areas of your life, but you're failing in one area of life. It might just start to feel that you are a failure if you just focusing on that one thing that's not working. So being able to be aware of all areas of your life, the most important areas of life, and being able to focus on the right ones, of course, will allow to really be more aware and really focus on the things that matter. So what are those areas in life that really we need to consider? Of course, health, finances, family and connection, spiritual health. All those things are very, very important. So you need to write down all these most important areas in your life and have awareness how you're doing in that area right now. Number five is setting goals and priorities. That means that we really need to make sure that when we have every single area that we want to improve, or when we are aware where we are, when in that area, at that moment, we're able to really set some clear goals and priorities. Because if you have no idea on all your areas of your life, priorities will be not in the best position to actually to solve the most important problems, the priorities, because it might be that you'll focus on urgencies, not priorities. But if you focus on urgencies all the time, at some point you might be that you will become regretful because you missed a chance to focus on priorities. And that's the big thing. Number 6 is seeking support and professional help. And this is very important. I think that sometimes we are not able to understand ourselves fully. We need to really share our thoughts out loud. And sometimes when you share your thoughts out loud, you're able to connect with yourself more. And sometimes we need really mentor, coach, teacher to really give us ideas of how we're supposed to, regarding tools, regarding really, they could give ideas on what they see, and really being able to really get the feedback and use that feedback to get even more self-awareness. So I truly believe that every single person needs some kind of relationship, supportive relationship in their lives. It could be even a therapist, it could be a mentor, it could be a coach, it doesn't matter. That every single person needs somebody that could really bounce ideas and really get better with self-awareness. Number 7 is adapting to life change. Adapting to life change. I think that we need to understand that we need to be aware that life is changing, external things are changing, and we need to change as well. And it's always better to be proactive. Change before life changes for you, or at you, or to you. So that means that we are able to change and be ahead of external changes. How nice it is, like when you're able to really change, and you're changing much faster than external things are changing. At that moment, of course, we need to have that awareness where the external things are moving and where are you moving. Are you changing at all, or are you stagnant and you're doing the same things over and over again? So it means we need to be flexible, we need to be adaptable, and of course, that awareness of where you are regarding the external things, of course, will be very important to really achieve success in life. And number 8, last one that I want to mention is celebrating progress and achievements. That means that we need to really acknowledge our learnings, acknowledge our progress, acknowledge our results. Those are very important. Because I think that if we do not do that, if we do not acknowledge our success, our self-awareness will be very weak. Because we sometimes focus on the failures, if we don't acknowledge successes, and we feel that we are not succeeding. We feel that it might be that we're failing. But we're actually focusing on getting clarity on what happened with your behavior that you didn't succeed, and what did you do to actually succeed, and acknowledge and celebrate that milestone, celebrate that goal, will allow you to have much better self-awareness to really move yourself and take action, because you acknowledging your success builds your confidence, builds your courage, and that courage and that confidence could be used to really bigger goals. So self-awareness in that sense is very important, because if you feel that you are much weaker than you actually are, you will not take actions on really goals that you want. So it's very important to have very clear picture of who you are, because it's very, and of course, sometimes awareness where you are it's good, because you know that, okay, this, where I want to be, who I want to be, and that self-awareness allows you to really choose the best path to achieve the best version of you. So self-awareness is very important. So I hope that you will start working on self-reflection and self-awareness, just to make sure that you can achieve your success and become the best version of you as soon as possible. So I hope you just win, and see you tomorrow.